Hello. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Whew, let me tell you, I'm tired. I thought I went live and I was talking like about 5 minutes, and I happened to look up and I saw the button that said go live, which made me realize I wasn't even live. Okay. Then before that, I took it and set up all the things that I want to, talk about and show you and everything. And then I hit a back button or something happened and it all disappeared. But you know what? I don't know what is up with me going live. I just have so many issues and struggles and everything. But tonight, not Tuesday, don't have my co-host, and I'm not talking about the Shameless Plug podcast. This is called the Pitch Zone. That's what I'm calling this, the Pitch Zone. So you have now entered the Pitch Zone where I will be talking about pitch decks. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me. Like I said, I'm just still checking and getting up. But for those of you coming in, welcome, 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 welcome. I made it. How they say, Mama, I made it. So basically, I just want to come on for a few to talk about pitch decks and why they are necessary. Okay. And the bottom line is, you might ask why, but you know what? The thing is that you can ask yourself, what can turn a maybe into a send me the script from a producer? Okay. A producer, an actor, an actress, or whoever you sent your query letter out to. And that's a whole nother show. But let's just say you sent it out and they love the idea. They love it. They love it. They love it. And then they will ask you, send me the pitch deck. So number one, you have to be ready. You have to have that pitch deck ready to go. It doesn't even matter if your screenplay is not finished. All right. As soon as you know that you want to do the screenplay, the first thing that you should do is a pitch deck. And that is the same thing for all you authors out there who are thinking about turning their books into screenplays. You're going to need a pitch deck. You are going to need a pitch deck. All right. And I'm going to tell you, because when I first joined, and I think that was back in 2021, I think it was, and somewhere during the pandemic. And I joined the Coach John Screenwriting Academy. And so in that academy, I turned which one I did first? I did the wedding series. So I had the wedding series, which is a 3-book series. All right. Each book is about, give or take, 200 and something. It's over 200, but let's just say 200 and some change. So we just say 600 pages. All right. So I had to condense that down to 90 pages. All right. And so we did that. And then once we did that, and when at that time, and you was in the academy, part of being in the academy is once you completed and you registered your screenplay, Coach John will send out query letters on your behalf. And this is what he did. So he sent out some query letters about the wedding day. And someone wrote back and it was like, oh, send me the pitch deck. And at that time, he didn't know what a pitch deck was. So he had to scramble and learn what a pitch deck was. And that was actually the birth of the pitch decks. So how we have come a long way. Because if I showed you that pitch deck from back then, you'd be like, what? But it doesn't matter. But, it was a pitch deck. So we got it done and we got it in there. So now it's like, a pitch deck is like standard. All right. It is standard. It is what everyone is going to ask you. The producers, actors, whatever, they're going to ask you for that pitch deck. Oh, hold on. And so they're going to say, like I said, you have to have that pitch deck ready. And one thing about a pitch deck, you cannot put it together last minute, because if it's crap, they're going to know it's crap. They're going to know you didn't take your time and put it together. And if you don't take your time and put your pitch deck together, then they're going to feel the same way about your script. And guess what? They are not going to want to see it. So you have to make sure that it is top notch. All right. I mean, I really can't express how important that is, because the pitch deck is really, it's a visual story. It's like the sneak peek of what you're selling to whoever you're selling it to. And, whether it's the book, the script, it can even be a business plan. You have to give them something to look at. And from that visual, they're like, oh, all right, I got it. I see it. I see where this is going. I want more. I want more. And that's what you want them to say. I want more. And I mean, for example, even like just say for Netflix, you pitch it to Netflix. Do you know how many pitch decks Netflix probably get to go over? Probably like hundreds. All right. Hundreds, probably like 50, 100 a day. But you want yours to stand out. And that's the thing. You have to get your pitch deck to stand out. So make people say, I want more. All right. And that's the most thing. So when it comes to pitch decks, it has to be clear cut. All right. So like I said before, we're going to talk about my 2 book series that I turned into pitch decks. All right. So the first one right here is Wedding Day. All right. So this is Wedding Day. And Wedding Day basically is on top. That's your title page. All right. Again, if I showed you the one that Coach did like back in 2021 compared to the one now, actually, this is really the 3rd pitch deck for Wedding Day. All right. Because we have the one originally that Coach did. And then, as we grew and learned more and, got into the AI and all of that kind of stuff. So I did another one. And then now that I've gotten even better at making pitch decks, I did another one. So this is the 3rd one and probably will be the last one for pitch decks for Wedding Day. All right. So we have the title page here. And you want the title page, of course, is the first thing, just like a book cover. You understand? If the book cover is boring, no one is going to grab your book off the shelf, open it up, look at it, or better yet, even turn to the back to read the insert on the back to find out what the book is about. So you have to grab them, and your title page has to grab them. All right. You don't want your title page to be all busy and they have to look, okay, what is this about? It should be clear cut what your screenplay is about as soon as they look at the title. All right. So this is Wedding Day. Come on, it's going to be a wedding. It's about a wedding. It's about 3 people there. So there's some drama that's going to be with this wedding. All right. And this is what the book is about. So I feel that I achieved that on the title page. The log line, which is your next page, your next title slide, I should say, is basically it's like that catchy line, that line that catches them. Or like, it makes you want to say, oh, okay, tell me more. So that's your log line. All right. And then you get into your synopsis and all the other slides and whatnot. I won't get into all of them. But this is also, this is the audience, target audience page. I put it up there on the header. I forgot what that thing is called. Because, hey, let's face it, it's a movie. I want it to be a movie. And this is what it's going to look like with people coming to see Wedding Day as a movie. All right. And then you have right here, I don't know if you can see my thing moving, probably not. But then you have the character wish list. All right. So this is my character wish list, and I mean, you got to be very good with your character wish list because, I'm not going to put up there that I want Beyonce because listen, I'm not going to get Beyonce. All right. So we have to be reasonable. So at the time when I did this pitch deck, Sheree, the girl who's playing Sheree, which is Crystal, this was even before she was on Sisters and everything. So she's really she up there now. So I might even have to change her, And the same thing with Lance. Back then when I first did that, they weren't as popular as they are now. All right. And then you have your comparables. Your comparables is very important because it tells the producer, well, what does your screenplay compare to? Well, hey, this one, it compares to Obsessed, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, and The Perfect Guy. you know, so it's kind of like a combination of all of those. So that's what you want them to know. Oh, okay. So you want them to say, well, yeah, those movies are very good. Those movies did well at the box office. Interesting. I want to see more. I want to see more. And then boom, that's when they'll say to you, send me the script, which is what you want them to do. And what you want them to say is send me the script. All right. But again, if you can't grab them on the first slide, you know, on the first slide, they're not going to be interested. They're going to lose interest, and you don't want them to lose interest. All right. And this is, excuse me, this is case in point. This is the pitch deck that I did for Just Go, called the Locker Room Legends. All right. So I did this for her. And as you can see, it's about a locker room legends. It's about some athletes. I'm not going to give it away and everything, but I did this for her and she sent it out. And based on the pitch deck alone, they asked for the script. And that's what you want. That's what you want. You want them to say, oh, I like it. Send me the script. All right. And that's what happened with this pitch deck right here. So you want your pitch decks to be engaging. They have to be engaging. Now, this is the one, the title page that I did for Tell Him. You know, you can tell it's Tell Him. I don't know. I might do this one over. Like I said, this one was done a while ago. And that's the one thing about it. When you learn more, you want to do better. You want to constantly update them and update them, update them. There's a possibility, but I might update this one. But for now, you still get, you know, it's clean cut. You got the title, you got the woman there, you got the microphone, so you know it's about singing, you know it's about she's going to tell somebody something like, hey, what is she going to tell them? It's going to make you want to want more, all right? And another thing that's important when you put in the pitch deck, you have to put why, the why now. Why your script is so important. Why should they look into your script or want to see your script, want to produce your script, all of that, all right? You have to let them know why. Again, this is clean cut. A lot of people, you know, I've seen some pitch decks where they just got the pictures thrown together. It'd be a picture here, a picture square, like 4 pictures just merged together. You know, yeah, that shows no creativity. All right. The font sometimes be too slow. I've seen ones like, for example, this has a black background. You'll see it where the font, like where it says Sky Search for Love, the font is black on black. Like, how are you going to read that? You can't read black on black. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make it clear cut so that they can see it, they can understand it, and they know what's going on. They shouldn't have to be squinting their eyes, unable to read script. The like in a paragraph using script, no, don't use script. Do not use script. Always use a font. I don't know what you call this font, but you know what I mean. Not a script font. Bold font. You know, something that's clear. Because I mean, they got all kind of fancy fonts. When it comes to that, maybe for the title, yeah, you can be a little fancy. But for when it comes to reading, you have to remember people are reading this and they're just like going through, and you want them to be able to read it and keep going, read it and keep going. All right. So you have to make it clear cut and what, you know, let them know what they're talking about. Let's see. Another one, for example, right here, Black Dust. I love this. Let me just say, I just love this one right here. I really do. I really do. So even looking at this, you can tell, hey, this is about a Western. All right. What's going on here? You got the lady in the horse. She's black or whatever. Hey, you don't hear about too many black Westerns. It's intriguing. It makes you want more. It makes them want to want more. And that's what you want. You want a title page that's going to pop. It has to pop. It has to stand out. Make them, your whole goal is to make them want to see the whole, go through the whole pitch deck. And when they finish, they want to see the script. That is your whole goal. Okay. Also, you have to know where it's going. Let them know where it's going. What is the tone? What is your pitch deck about? What is your script about? Like, this is one that's for a choir boy. All right. It's uplifting. It's faith-based. It's inspirational. It's energetic. It's heartfelt. It's dramatic. It's conflict-driven. You got to let them know what's going on. What is the tone of your script, your screenplay, and what is the tone of your pitch deck? These things are a must. All right. You have to let whoever's looking at it, you have to let them know this. All right. And let's see what else I have here. Now this is my girl. I hope she don't get mad at me if she see this. All right. But it just proves my point. My girl Denitra, she is a talented screenwriter. And she had this pitch deck. She was doing the pitch deck for this. And she was like, it's not conveying, what I wanted to convey. And she's like, can you help me out? And I was like, all right, sure. So we sat down and we talked. And I was asking her, like, what is it that you're trying to convey? So she told me what she's trying to convey. And I was like, yeah, we got to work on this. Because let's look at it. We look at it. If it's the title of a movie, you're gonna be like, no, okay, this looks boring. If this was the book cover, you would be like, no, okay, not much going on here. I'm not too interested. All right, you have to make it pop. So after talking to her and finding out what she wanted and what needed to be done and everything, I took it and I revamped it. And give me 1 second. And this is what we came with. This is what we came up with. Much better. All right. I kept her same thought, her same what she want, her same theme, but I tied it into later on of what the script is about, made it all come together. And that's what you want. You want to make it come together. Now, you see how the pictures flow, the bottom picture and the top picture, they flow together. It's not, you don't see any cut line where one ends and one begins. And, you have to pay attention to detail. I know I pay attention to detail. And if I was a producer and I'm like, well, if she just threw those two pictures together, then like I said before, that's the same thing she did with her script. I'm not interested. Who would want to buy a script? Who would want to see your script if your pitch deck looks like that? All right. You have to make it intriguing. You don't want too much text. That you don't want. You don't want ugly or outdated visuals. Nope, you don't want that. You don't want to confuse them with the flow of the story. Nope, not that. And you want to make it, you want to explain, not so exciting is like, I'm not feeling it. Sometimes, you're trying to get that hook or something like that and you're not feeling it. And you don't want that, okay? Like I said, you want them to want to see your script. That's what you want. That is the goal. You got to keep that in mind. You got to make sure it flows from the first title page to the end. Even when you're doing your bio at the end, you have to make it all flow. It all looks nice. It's clean. It's understandable. It's not 800 different colors. Okay, please don't have the title page black and white, the second page yellow, the third page green. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. We are making everything flow nicely. Everything goes together nicely. That's what we're doing with our pitch decks. Okay. I know that's what I do with my pitch decks, and this is what I want for you to do with your pitch decks as well. All right. You got to take your time. Like I said, you can't rush it. And that's why you shouldn't wait to the last minute to do the pitch deck. Because if they say to you, all right, send me the pitch deck, you're going to be like, all right, give me a day. And now you're scrambling trying to get a pitch deck. And I'm not going to lie. If you come to me and ask me to do a pitch deck, it's at last minute, within 24 hours, I'm going to charge you even more. You know how that's last minute. It's like if you go to take a flight, last minute, you get that extra charge. Last minute, this doesn't change. All right. It doesn't change. Your pitch deck is what's going to sell your script. You have to do it. All right. Again, no blank slides, not too much text. Make the text clean so that they can see it. They can understand what's going on. All right. Let them know. Again, you see right here, this is a feature film, the genre sci-fi thriller. You let them know what's going on. All right. And also, before you do your pitch deck, you should also have your screenplay registered. All right. If you can, register as much as you can so that you can put that registration number on your pitch deck. That's important because, no matter what, you don't want nobody stealing your ideas, man, because you're going to be pissed. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be really, really pissed. All right. And And I think that's about it, guys. Like I said, this was a quick live just to let you know about pitch decks. I promise I will be doing more of these to give you more insight. Maybe one day we'll design one together. And I mean, there's so much, like I use Canva. All right. I use Canva to design my pitch decks. There are so many elements in Canva to make your pitch decks pop, to make them stand out. And it's not, and you can even do it with the free version of Canva. It doesn't have to be the pro version. You can do it with the free version. You have to take your time. You know, like I said, it's a visual aid, a visual presentation of your screenplay. All right. And you kind of like, you got to think of it. You know how they always say like the 3-minute pitch, like if you're in the elevator with that famous person and you're pitching, whoever it is that you're pitching, you know, they say you only got 3 minutes to pitch your idea. It's the same thing. Your pitch deck is your visual presentation. So when you see it, that's, you know, it's not more than 3 minutes, but it's like 10 slides to pitch your idea, to get your idea and make them like, all right, send me that information. Send me the script. That's what you want. So if anybody has any questions, you can ask me. Hopefully I can see them in the comments before I get up out of here. This is my, like I said, this is my first time doing this. So I'm making this real short. I didn't even know, like I said, I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. I kind of like knew what I was going to talk about, but then again, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. You understand what I'm saying? Did that make sense? I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. But I want y'all to get those pitch decks. I want you to get them. And especially authors. You're welcome, Jess. No problem. Especially authors. You know, because like I said, I was an author too. Before I went over to screenwriting, I was an author. And just because you have the book and you don't have the screenplay written, you can still do the pitch deck. You can still do the pitch deck based off of your book. All right. I did it. Okay. These are my book series right here. These are my book series, Wedding Day. This is the wedding series right here. And these are slides from the pitch deck of the wedding day. Okay. This is it. So take your time. You can get it done. You can contact me if you want to get it done. If you want me to do it for you, you can contact me. If you want me to train you on how to do pitch decks, all right, I do that as well. All right. If you have any more questions, listen, I want to get those pitch decks. Like I said, I want you to succeed. I want you to have clear pitch decks. I don't want any boring pitch decks. I don't like boring. I definitely don't like boring pitch decks. I like something that is creative. My mind is creative, which is why my company is called Denise's Creative Mind, because I like to be creative. And, you know, you might not be as creative as me, but just because you're not creative as me, I'm not going to let you do basic. When it comes to pitch decks, we are not going to do basics. You know, Canva, they have AI now. All you have to do is give it the prompt to get the images that you want. When I first started out doing pitch decks, I used to buy my images off of Etsy. I would buy my images and put them in the pitch deck. That's what I used to do until I learned how to create the images and do my pitch decks myself. All right. It takes some time. It takes some time, you know, but like I said, you don't want anything thrown together. I also revamp them. If you did one and you're like, it's not really good, and you want me to look it over, whatever, I'll charge a small fee for that. And I'll tell you what it needs, what you need to add. You know, you got to get it that pizzazz. Like I said, remember, we started out with this. All right. We started out with this as the pitch deck. And then we ended up with this. Okay. Now, this is something that a producer will say, I like that. That's interesting. I'm intrigued. What's going on here? Okay. You got the slaves underwater. You got a resort on top. How does that tie in? I want to know more. Where's that script? Send me that script. Okay, send me the script. And that's what you want them to say. Send me the script. That is so, so important. All right. Again, even going back to this one, it's clean cut. Hey, that's intriguing. I only could put up 10 slots, so that's why I can't put them all up here, to go through the whole pitch deck. But maybe the next one, we might go through the whole pitch deck so that you can see the whole pitch deck. But you have to see. I want you to see how it grabs your attention. It has to grab your attention. If it's not grabbing your attention, they're gonna be like, I'll pass. I'm good. I'm good. And again, especially with this one right here, based on this pitch deck alone, the producers wanted more. All right. They wanted more. They are looking at it. They are in the talks and all of that stuff. I don't want to give the business out and give everything out, but it's just based on this pitch deck that I did. All right. And I want the same thing for you. I want you to be able to have them say, send me the script. All right. That's what we want. We want send me the script. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. I appreciate the hearts. I don't know why my comments don't show up in the comments here. I don't know. But if you have any questions, hold on one second. I think I have a question. I have to, oh, that was Jessica. She said, learned a lot. Thank you. I'm glad, Jessica. I'm glad you learned a lot. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you and teach you, and show you especially how important it is for these pitch decks. All right. I want you to see how important it is for these pitch decks. All right. Because it's what they're asking now. All right. They're no longer asking for the script. You got a producer that's busy and looking, getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 scripts a day. They don't have time to go through all of these scripts. They don't have time. So if they're going to narrow it down, how do they narrow it down? How do they weed through the good and the bad? This is how they do it. Send me the pitch deck. Your pitch deck is going to tell me whether or not I want to see the script. If your pitch deck is not up to par, guess what? They can eliminate that. All right. They can eliminate that. So that's why you have to have them pitch decks. Like I said, make them clean. Make it clean cut, make it understanding. You don't want all the words jumbled up together. Let me see. Find one, which one I had. I know, Denitra, I keep using yours, but it's the best one. You want to make it clean cut. You want to make it so that the word stands out. All of these crazy fonts. You don't want to be using 8 different types of fonts on the title page. That's too much. That's too much. We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. We are not looking like it's like some, how when when somebody get kidnapped and they have to send a ransom note, they have to cut out the letters and paste it. No, we're not doing it with our pitch decks. We are not taking random pictures and putting them together and calling it a pitch deck. We are not doing that. All right. We have evolved. We have AI. We have so much that can help you have a good pitch deck, that it can go from your query letter to your pitch deck to you sending them the screenplay. Sending them the script, the screenplay. And next thing you knowing, they're saying, I want it. We're going to produce it. And they're talking about a budget. That's what you want. Whether it's an author, your book, same thing. All right. It's the same thing. Imagine you have you wrote a book and you got a pitch deck and you already pitching it to producers and they're saying, wow, I really like this. I like this. Give me the script. But then now you can say, all right, so I'm in the process of changing it over. All right, not a problem. As soon as you finish, let me know. They're going to be thirsty. Did you finish? Did you finish? Let me know when you finish. Let me know when you finish. That's what you want. That is exactly what you want. All right. So authors, don't think that you have to wait until you wrote the book and now you got to change the book over to a screenplay to get your pitch deck going. Nope, you don't have to do that. Hey, girl. Hey, sis. I know you there. I see you. I thankfully I pulled up the comments on my phone so I can see. Shout out to everyone who's watching. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I hope which I did. All right, because Jessica already told me she learned something. I hope I can touch more people, show you something that you didn't know, teach you something that you didn't know. That's why I said I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to start off slow. I'm still getting used to this. Yeah, I do the podcast every Tuesday, but that's still something different. I got to get the materials together and think about what I'm going to talk about and everything. So I am going to be going live more. I promise. Whether I'm talking about my pitch decks, my composition notebooks, my images, whatever, y'all don't get sick of me. How they say, be paid to be sick of me. But it's all a learning. It's all for learning. It's all to help you better. And I want you to do better. You can't do better unless you know better. And I'm here to help you know better. Again, if you, thank you, girl. We got to get you up here too. If you want me to do your pitch deck, reach out to me. All you got to do is reach out to me. This is me. Pitch deck, Denise's Creative Mind at gmail.com. Reach out to me. Hey, I'm interested. Pitch deck. Let me know. We can go over it. We can talk about it. And we can discuss fees. Or you might have a pitch deck and you're like, listen, can you look over it? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you straight. I'm going to be brutally honest. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you I don't like it. You need to do more. You can do better. I'm going to tell you. All right. Or if you just, you know what? Here's the information. Can you do it for me? Not a problem. All right. Not a problem. Or it can be, you know what? I want to learn. Can you show me? Can you train me? That's not a problem. All right. It's on you how you want to do it. I just want you to get it done. Contact me, Denise's Creative Mind at gmail.com. All right. And get that pitch deck going. And if you got your screenplay, you ready to get your screenplay and you want to know how to write a screenplay, that's when you're going to reach out to Coach John, because you want to join Coach John's Screenwriting Academy. I got it right. And then you got the Coach John Screenwriting Academy Next Level. Yep, all of that. All right, so reach out to John Alexander if you want to learn how to write or shall I say, I'm not even going to say write a screenplay. It's really if you want to know how to properly write a screenplay. Okay. And that's the thing, because I'm going to tell you something. Don't have no bomb query letter. And then you have a bomb pitch deck. And then they say to you, send me the script. And that script is all jacked up. Okay. That ain't going to work. That is not going to work. We was in Coach John's Screenwriting Academy Next Level. We meet every week, and we were going over a jacked up screen play last night. You know, the do's and don'ts and what they did and what they didn't do, and like it was really jacked up. It was really jacked up, and you don't want that. You want them to take you seriously, and everything is jacked up. They're not going to take you seriously, and that's just the bottom line. All right, you have to do better. You have to do better. And we're giving you the means to do better. All right. I'm showing you how to do the pitch decks. John is showing you how to do the screenplays. You can't ask for more. You can't ask for more. All right. We're giving you the tools that you need to be successful in this career if this is something that you want to do. All right, guys. That's it. I think I've said enough. I hope y'all got the gist of it. Like I said, this will not be the last. This is just the first. Excuse all the noise. I'm sorry. Y'all know me. I live in Harlem. I live on the 13th floor. Sound travels up. And this little dog. You know, they say the little dogs make the most noise. So it's a lot of noise. And I don't put my AC on, so I can't close the window because I don't like that's even more noise for me. To close the window to muffle out the sound. But you guys get it. I talk loud, so you understand. You hear me and everything. So it's not a problem. But you have any questions before I go? Any questions? Next time, hopefully, I was trying to get me some theme music going on. That's another thing. All right. I done got into making music with AI. If you need a song, You need a theme song. You need a song to play with your screen, with your after you did your screenplay and whatever, now your movie and you produced it and you need some music that's not copywritten, you know, it's okay, contact me. Contact me. I also do TV wall art. If you have a business and you want to put up some TV wall art to play in your office or in the waiting room, check out my YouTube channel at Denise's Creative Mind on YouTube. You will like the work. You would definitely like the work. Or like now, you want to mellow out, you want to get to writing, you might need some music to put you in the mood to write your pitch deck and do your pitch deck. Check out my YouTube channel at Denise's Creative Mind on YouTube and listen to that music, and it will definitely, definitely help you mellow out and get you in the writing mood, whether you're journaling, writing, or you just want to, you know, glass of wine and chill out. It's there. It's there. Because trust me, when I be doing my pitch decks now, I'll be playing that music sometime, and you'd be surprised how it really, really, really get the juices going and make you, it just makes you mellow out and make you comfortable and make you able to think. And that's what we want. So that you can have that bomb pitch deck and we can one day see your stuff on the big screen, knowing that it all started with a query letter and a pitch deck. All right, guys, that's it. Until next time, this is the Pitch Zone. You gotta get me something for the pitch zone. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared last time. Next time, I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared. I'm gonna have my cover that says the Pitch Zone. I'm gonna have my theme music. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared. But you'll see. You'll see. Don't worry. Just check me out next time. I'll be back. You'll know. I'll let you know when I'm going live. Until then, you guys stay safe. Have a great evening, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.